welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd, episode number 10, with your hosts Mark and Sam. This will be telling you what we saw, read, listened to and played. We'll be covering our top 5 favourite movie aliens, and we'll be reviewing the Simon Pegg and Nick Frost movie, Paul. So we'll start with the comfy chair. So what have you been up to this week, Sam?
Mostly been playing a game I got, Alice the Madness Returns.
Okay, tell us about it.
It's a very trippy game. It starts off okay. It's sort of like it's the story of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
But a sort of sequel
Okay.
to it. It was a sequel of a sequel to
Of another game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a sequel to American McGee's Alice,
Yeah.
which was supposed to be set as Alice. I think it's set as Alice wakes up from Wonderland or something.
Yeah.
And her house burns down in a fire.
Right. Okay. So it was a good game, was it? What sort of game is it?
It's like a third-person action.
So
hack and slash.
you see Alice and she's running around
Yeah.
and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, it starts off while the first game is about rebuilding her own mind.
So
from the
hold
asylum.
on. So you got 2 games?
Yes,
Okay.
but together. The first game is sort of rebuilding her own imagination
Right.
and mind.
Yeah.
The second game is about sort of further going beyond that and sort of figuring out stuff that she could the minute details.
So it's like a puzzle game, is it?
No, it's not really a puzzle game. It's more sort of discovered in cutscenes. But
Okay. Is it funny or weird or scary?
it's very weird because like it starts off. You're in a Victorian London, and then you just walk around and suddenly this guy grabs you, and he's got the Jabberwock's head.
The Jabberwock. Right.
No, it's not the Jabberwock. He's dead.
Okay.
It's and then you get taken off by this old nurse from the original asylum.
Okay.
And then the ground breaks and you go to Wonderland. Now,
Okay.
It
so
starts.
Go on.
It starts off okay. The only thing that seems really out of place is the Cheshire Cat. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's like this bony, evil-looking thing.
Oh, he's not like the fat one we
No,
saw.
no,
movies.
he's nothing like that. He's bony.
Is he grinning?
Huge grin.
Right.
But as you walk along, you start to notice some problems. Namely, this big bird with a cow's head and udders.
A flying cow.
No, it's not a flying cow. It's a bird with cow's udders and a cow's head.
Okay. Sounds a bit weird.
Yeah, it
Right,
is.
so you've been playing most of that?
Yeah, I finished it.
Yeah? Okay. Any other games?
Fallout New Vegas, but I haven't got very far in that.
Yeah, I've played a bit of that, and not this week, but I have played it in the past, and I quite liked it, and I need to get back to it. Okay, well, in terms of games, I finished off Duke Nukem finally, and I've played a few ones from arcade. I haven't finished them or anything, but I've been playing them, and I quite like them. Swarm, which I think you've played a little of.
Yeah.
Which is great. You're basically moving around a whole little troop of little blue things.
Swarmites.
Swarmites, yeah. And as long as one stays alive and you get to the next bit, you get them all back again. So it's like a war. It's like a game of attrition. You are always going to lose some, but you're trying to keep at least one alive to get to the next bit. It's good fun. It's like a side-scrolling game. You're jumping and avoiding things and falling into traps, stuff like that. That's quite good. I found another game which I think you've finished and I haven't barely started, which is Bastion.
Yeah, I finished that.
Which is an Xbox arcade game where you're
That's
a
really
little
good,
guy.
actually.
It is a good game. You're a little guy wandering around this environment that builds before you. As you walk, it builds in front of you, kind of thing. And you got a hammer and something that shoots stuff. But the great thing about this game is you've got a narrator. So he says the kid goes wild for a while if you start smashing the place up, and it's all like that, and it's really funny. It reminds me a bit of like Ron Perlman or something. I like that one. Do you like
I went
that one?
away for a bit while I was playing that to get a drink. I came back and I just had the narrator go, the kid sits there and thinks about it for a while.
Yeah, it's like that all the way through. And it's got, sort of nice to have your life or your game narrated by someone. It's quite cool. I played a bit of a game called Rainbow Six Vegas, which is like half it's a war game. It's a kind of a war game. You know, you're a trooper. You lead
Yeah.
a trooper soldier. Small
Most
troop.
games are.
But it's covert. So yeah, you're kind of not just going into battle. You're creeping around corners. You're trying not to get caught. A couple of shots wipe you out, so you have to take real care. So it's like, to my mind, it's half Call of Duty and half Splinter Cell Conviction kind of thing, where you're having to take care, but you are a full soldier. That was good fun. Played that for a bit, didn't finish it, but I played it for a bit. And one I've started recently I really liked was Call of Duty World at War, which I think is Call of Duty 5, where you're going back to the Second World War, so you sometimes fight as an American against the Japanese, and sometimes as a Russian against the Nazis. It's a really good game, really intense. Plus, it comes with this great multiplayer mode, which you and I have played already, where you have to fight Nazi zombies. Hold them off as long as you can, which is good fun. So that's my gaming this week. It sounds like loads, but I don't think I've played that much this week, oddly. There you go. Anything else? Any TV? We watched some Robot Chicken, didn't we?
Yeah.
We watched Robot Chicken, the Star Wars Part 3 one of that. That was pretty fun. Pretty funny. We watched a few Robot Chicken for Series 1 of Robot Chicken, which is mostly pretty good. Some of the references I don't get because it's like American, and they talk about, or they reference things I don't really know. But when it's stuff I do know, it does make me laugh a lot. Like they had a thing about doing like superheroes living together, the Hulk and Batman and Catwoman all living together, and that was pretty funny because you knew exactly what they were talking about as well. That helped a lot. How about music or reading or anything?
No,
Graphic
no
novels?
from music.
Graphic novels? No, I've actually read a few. I've been reading some Judge Dredd. Several stories actually, but the most obvious, most well-known one is probably I've read The Cursed Earth again, which is a good old adventure. You know, he fights mutant rats, finds an alien called Tweak who helps him. Deals with muties, deals with dinosaurs, Satanus the Tyrannosaurus.
The Black Tyrannosaur.
Say again?
Satanus is titled as the Black Tyrannosaur.
Is he called that? Ah,
Yeah.
he wasn't called that in this adventure. He must come to be called that.
He's referred to it as everything else.
And I've
In flesh.
read and listened to a few things, but we'll not worry about that. Okay then, that's our week then. Okay, next is number 5 is Alive, our favourite movie, Aliens.
Number 5 is Alive.
Right, Sam, do you want to start this or shall I?
Yeah, you can start.
I'll start this time, eh? Right, my number 5 is a specific alien. Now, to be clear, this is our favourite movie, Aliens, but I have tried to pick one alien from each universe, as it were. So, if this one's a Star Wars one, and I've only picked one Star Wars alien, so everything I picked doesn't sort of interact, I don't think. So, but my number 5 is specifically Chewbacca the Wookiee from Star Wars. I like Wookiees generally, I think, but Chewbacca is really something. He just makes me laugh, and I think he's a good character. And though he doesn't say much, I can understand. What do you like Chewbacca?
Yeah, Chewbacca was great.
Yeah.
Especially like in the Robot Chicken thing, where it says, well, we go and see your family. The door opens up and they're all fully clothed.
Yeah. You've been naked all this time.
And it says in subtitles, I love you.
Yeah, that's funny. Right, what's your number 5?
My number 5 was Paul. From the
Oh,
film,
Paul.
from
Okay, we'll be
Pegg.
talking about that later.
He's
You
just
like
funny
that
as
alien?
hell.
It's funny and he's well done, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll probably talk about this, but he's well done. It's very good CGI, and I think it's Seth Rogen does the voice. He does a good job of it, and Paul himself, he's kind of sympathetic. We'll get back into that when we talk about the film, though, I guess. Okay, do you mind if I go on to my number 4?
Yeah.
My number 4 is from the movie The Thing. And it's The Thing. This is the John Carpenter one from the 80s, not the 50s one, where the alien can actually turn into almost any shape it's encountered. So you're getting things like a weird tentacled creature coming out of a dog, a man. The alien looks like a man, but his head will come off, and giant legs will come sliding out of the head, and it'll start running around like a big spider. It's just a lot of fun, that film, and it's not no CGI. It's all mechanical effects, so it's quite an awesome film, and it still works well. Yeah, I like that one. Okay.
Okay, for number 4, I put the Wookiees because
The Wookiees.
not just Chewbacca. Chewbacca's big up there, but the Wookiees in total. I know you don't count the first 3 films as actually part of it, but in the third film, they repel a droid invasion with spears, shields, and mines.
Yeah. That bit is a bit I like out of the first set of Star Wars. The Wookiee bit was quite good. Yes. They're an interesting race. I mean, it was George Lucas' intention they be the ones in Return of the Jedi, number 3, that eventually helped beat the Empire. But he just, at that point, he knew Wookiees wouldn't work because everyone knows that they've been flying around in space and stuff. And he wanted a primitive race, but unfortunately, he replaced them with Ewoks, which obviously is Wookiee with the E moved to the front. But there you go. Give me Wookiees any time. Right, my number 3 is a specific person in the form of an alien, and that's Spock. I do like Vulcans generally, but I specifically like Spock, the alien.
I forgot Spock because he looks so human.
Yes, well, he is half human, but he is also half alien.
I generally ignored the Star Trek aliens because I don't know that much about them.
I had a bit of trouble with this one because I thought of quite a lot of aliens that actually began life on TV. But there have been movie versions, so they could count. But I thought Spock's the only genuine one because I think the Star Trek movies do stand alone as a set of quality product, as it were, where the other ones were kind of TV spin-offs that I thought of. And I'll talk about the other ones later. But Spock's just great, and we've talked about him before, in our commentaries and stuff. So yes, okay. So number 3 to you.
Mine is Yoda.
Yoda,
He's
nice.
awesome.
Nice.
No matter where you read from.
Actually,
again, you don't consider the first 3, but in number 2, he's flipping. He's everywhere.
Yeah, that fight with Count Dooku is really
Yeah.
something, isn't it? Yes. Is that number 2 or 3? I've forgotten.
2.
Now. I was 2.
And he just sort of sucks in 3.
He's
Because he sits back and lets everyone do everything.
Yeah.
And then gets beaten by a...
Well, just leaves, really.
Yeah, he doesn't even fight that hard.
No.
Just leaves.
He is good in... he's interested in... He's one of the better characters who still stand up in the first few films. The 1 to 2 and 3. Yes, I like him.
Hated him in 1 though.
Did like him in 1.
No, because he looked like one of the Muppets. in the episode in number
let's say the film
5.
It's easier.
What's it called?
Empire
Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. He looked like he could be there. It
Yeah.
sounded realistic. In the first film, well, 4th, but
What, New Hope?
no,
No,
the
wasn't
first chronologically,
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace. It doesn't look like that good. It looks like there's some guy just below the camera sliding around on his back.
Right,
to make the
can't really remember, to be honest, because I don't really think much of that film, apart from Darth Maul
and Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon Jinn, and the music where they're fighting the Duel of the Fates,
Yeah,
which is an awesome piece of music.
yeah.
Okay, my number 2, we're moving into the big boys now. My number 2 is The Predator. Are we on common ground here?
Number 1.
Your number... Alright, well, let's save it for your number 1. You go to your number 2.
My number 2 is the Alien.
And my number
Oh,
1 is
come
the
on.
Alien. We just swapped around, but it's those two... It's the big boys, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both very cool. It's a shame the films where they fight each other aren't so great, but...
The fighting scenes are good.
Yeah,
the rest of it...
Actually, I'm not... I really don't mind the first Alien vs Predator. I like it a lot more than most, but I accept it for what it is. Kind of compared to the originals, it's not so good, but it's all right. It's all right. I haven't seen Requiem, but I haven't heard anything good about it. To be honest,
it's odd.
It's odd. I'll have
There's
to
a
watch
weird
it sometime.
pred alien
Oh
that
Lord!
doesn't need face huggers.
Not an alienator.
No, it's what? That doesn't
never
make sense.
No, it doesn't. A Predalien. Okay, yeah. Well, that was at the end of Alien vs Predator.
Yeah,
wasn't
but it was a shock and a surprise at that point.
Oh, I see what you mean.
In this, it
this
just
was
sort
the
of
main
wanders
character.
round and sticks this thing down
okay.
people's throats.
I'm a big fan of the Predator series. I really like not just the first film. I'm a big fan of the second film. Predators, the more recent one, was okay. I just thought that some of the really good characters went down too easy. I can't believe Danny Trejo was in it. Oh, I thought it was going to be awesome. Just kind of died. It was like, that was a bit of a waste. But it was okay. I didn't mind it. But I still think the best is the first one. The second best is the second one. And if you don't worry about the versus one, the third one's the third one. If you know what I mean. So Alien. Is there any particular film you prefer?
I prefer Aliens.
Aliens.
I haven't seen the fourth Alien film.
It's not bad. It's roundly criticised as the worst of the lot, and I guess it is. But the other three are really good. Alien 3 gets a hard time sometimes, but there's a new. It's not a director's cut, but it's a recut that's available in the quadrilogy set, and it's a really good film. It's much better than the cinema cut. And the fourth one's okay. We'll have to watch it sometime.
I tried to watch the third one. I was lost almost immediately.
Everyone does look the same, and it's quite hard to make out. But if you just relax and just accept, alright, I'm not quite sure who anyone is, I'll just watch it. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, alright then, honourable mentions, who you got?
Spock.
Spock, yeah.
I was going to put the Cylons, but I'm not sure if they were human-made.
No, they're robots.
Well, yeah, but
Oh,
I know
but they're
were
made
they
by
made by
aliens,
aliens
Yes,
that became
yes,
their own
good
thing,
point.
or humans?
Yeah,
Human-made and
okay,
became their own
fair
thing.
enough. Any others?
The droids from Star Wars.
Yeah, okay.
I've got a few from games, but we're sticking to movies.
Okay.
So.
Well, yeah, I did mention that I did think of a few that actually are in films, but kind of started life on TV. And I don't think the films were like that good to actually count. It was a bit of a loose judge. And those were the Daleks. Zaphel Beeblebrox from. Now the film's not bad, but I think the TV series is better actually.
I like the film.
Yeah, I like the film, but I just thought the TV series was better. And I also thought of, again, this comes to robots. Actually, I'm thinking of the robots from Mystery Science Theatre, Crow and Tom Server.
Protein
But
robots
actually,
and Tom Server. They're human-made.
Yeah, they don't count. Okay, forget those. Alright, so those are the TV ones. The proper movie ones, I was thinking Superman.
Yeah.
Klaatu
him.
from the movie The Day the Earth Stood Still, the one with a big silver robot. Klaatu's his master, who looks human. Yeah, Klaatu. Don't say it. District 9.
Why? It seals away the Deadites.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I forgot. District 9. What are they called? Prawns.
Yeah.
District 9 prawns. They were really good. The CG was awesome. E.T. I thought of. Ming the Merciless from Flash.
Oh, yeah.
He was pretty good. One of my other real favourites. These could have been in the top actually. They're number 6. You can consider these number 6. The Thermians from Galaxy Quest. I think they're really great aliens. They just make me laugh.
Which one are they?
The ones that talk funny. Hello, my
oh,
name
those.
is
Yeah.
That was they're pretty funny.
But the pig monster is inside out.
yeah. I liked the mutanty thing from the movie This Island Earth. It's like a weird ant brain.
Oh, that's
lobster claw thing.
I think
Can't
it's a
remember
servant monster.
Yeah, it's a server monster, but it's a cool
They
alien.
end up trying to bash their heads in for
And
no reason.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I do like it. The other one I wanted to mention is sort of a distant cousin of Alien, because it was an alien designed by H.R. Geiger, like the original Alien was, and it's from the movie Species, which is a terrible film. But the actual alien and the alien design is really, really quite good. So I like that. Have I told you about this film ever?
No.
There's a great scene in it where they've got a psychic hunting the alien, and the guys looking for the alien suddenly find this room, and like almost every surface is dripping with blood. and the psychic said something bad happened here. Or something like
Well,
oh, no, really? Oh, awesome.
that's
psychic
like wandering
ability.
into a funeral, into a crematorium. Something warm was here.
Yes, yes. Something has happened here where people lie down. Yeah. So that's our favourite movie, Aliens. Okay, let's move on to There Can Be Only One.
There can be only one.
Right, this week we're discussing the movie Paul, which stars Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. It was. I wasn't sure it was directed by. I looked into it. It's directed by a guy called Greg Mottola, I think it's pronounced, who directed a few funny films like Superbad. But he's very much akin to the, I think, aligned with the Judd Apatow School of Comedy. Who chose this? I can't remember. Did I choose it or you?
I think
I did.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, basically we did want to see it, didn't we?
Yeah.
You saw it before, didn't you?
Yeah, I've seen it before.
I've not seen it before, and I wanted to see it. What did you like about it, Sam?
I liked everything.
Everything.
There wasn't really a bad thing about it. It's like,
Well, it's always nice to see Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and the rest of the cast were quite decent. I thought they were quite good. So, yeah, I like those things about it. There was a couple of odd scenes that I liked, but generally it was almost like meeting old friends again. You know, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, they don't really do anything that bad. They're usually pretty spot on. And the rest of the cast was decent. Was there anything you didn't like?
I can't really think of anything. It was no, I can't really.
How do you think
of
it
anything.
stacks up to their other films like Shaun of the Dead? And,
I prefer it to Hot Fuzz, but I prefer Shaun of the Dead above this.
Yeah, I mean, Shaun of the Dead's like a stone cold modern classic, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard to top that. I actually thought it was the weakest of the three. I prefer Hot Fuzz to this, but I haven't seen Hot Fuzz in a while, so I can't remember that specifically. It was okay though. I thought one of the problems I had with it, Pegg was a little too in the background. I would have liked to have a bit more of him and a bit more character development. There was some. I'm not saying there wasn't any, but there were a bit more would have been nice. And also there wasn't as many laughs as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't that much of a. It wasn't a comedy. Well, with Shaun of the Dead, there's consistent laughs coming and coming, and if there isn't laughs, there's something serious and dramatic happening which keeps you engaged. With this, it kind of meandered around a bit, and I felt it was a bit choppy, and also sort of things came up that made their characters. Explain their characters and had to explain themselves using words, whereas some films they do that through what happens, like Nick Frost being upset with Paul for various things. I won't go into the details because I don't want to spoil it. But yeah, it was okay. Have you got anything else? Nothing you didn't really like about it?
Nah, I can't really say.
I like the lead girl. I think her name's Kirsten Wiig, who played she was like a Christian. Who didn't believe in evolution, and Paul set her right about it. That whole premise was quite good. I would have liked to have seen a bit more of that actually. I think I've also read a little about this film. They toned it down a bit because they're good friends with Edgar Wright, who's directed the other two films, who had a big flop with Scott Pilgrim, which I thought was a great film.
It's a great film.
Yeah, but that made him a bit nervous about doing another film in America. And so they tried to make it a bit more mainstream, and I think it was worse for that. Personally, I would have liked to have seen them go with their original script. Apparently, they toned it down quite a bit because they were a bit worried about the American audience, and they didn't want to flop the way Scott Pilgrim flopped.
There's some great stuff still.
Yeah, there is. Paul is really good. I do like Paul, and I'm making it sound like it's a bad comedy, and it isn't. It isn't. It's a pretty solid comedy, and all the leads and all the pretty much all of the castings was quite good, I thought.
Yeah.
And it was a reasonable comedy. It just doesn't compare to Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz. But I can see how I accept that some you might think it's better than Hot Fuzz, and that's fine. I don't think it does. I think we agree on this. Shaun of the Dead is the better of the three. Yeah. And it was a pretty entertaining film, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah.
What are the best bits, do you think?
I liked it when they went into the bar and they were playing the cantina music from Star Wars.
Yeah, I've got references to other movies made me laugh. All the reference,
Yeah.
there was lots of Star Wars and other movies referenced throughout. wasn't
And there's just stuff you don't expect, like there's a bit where they're running away with an old woman and her house explodes. And if you listen very closely, you can hear her shout, "My weed!"
That's pretty funny. I didn't notice that bit myself, but I did notice all the references.
It's in the IMDb quotes.
Okay. I did notice there was an awful lot of Star Wars references and
Yeah.
other movies, an awful and also Close Encounters. They end up somewhere that looks very much like the end of Close Encounters.
Yeah, and they signal the aliens with a Close Encounters fireworks set.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like the bird where he revived the bird, which I think was in the trailer, so I think everyone knows that one already.
Realize the bird eats it and goes, "I'm not going to eat a dead bird."
Yeah, it's fun, and the fact he has to hold his breath and take his clothes off to be invisible, that's pretty funny. What I didn't like about it is what I've already said, it seemed a bit toned down to me. When I see Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, I want them as they want to be, not a sort of gentler version of them. I also thought there was a lot of weird swearing in it. Now, there was a bit where there's a woman in it who's just decided to start swearing. I don't mean that. That was quite funny because she comes up with some really odd phrases, which I won't repeat any of them, and they're quite funny. But there's other bits they just swear, and it's not funny. It doesn't really add anything. They don't really need to. I don't know why they do it actually, but it seemed a bit overused to me. The CGI was excellent, I thought.
Yeah.
With the alien, really, really quite good. And the music all went together, and it seemed to be directed well. Is any other things about it?
No. I liked. Can't really say much that you haven't already said.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on IMDb, it's got 7.1 out of 10. What would you rate it out of 100?
About 75.
75. I would rate it 67. So bizarrely, the average of the hat comes to 71. We always seem to do this, don't we? Yours is a bit higher, mine's a bit lower. We always end up with an average that's pretty close to IMDb. What about recommendations? It's definitely a watch, I'd say. Yeah. Probably a buy.
Watch for any gamers or Star Wars people.
Next time I watch it, I think I'm going to actually watch it slower and try and catch every single reference. I certainly caught several Star Wars ones, no problem. So it's cool. Okay, I think that about winds up Paul, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't had any feedback at all. We'd appreciate some. If anyone would like to drop us a line, you can get us on email on info@thegoodthebadandtheodd.com. You can come to our website and leave feedback on the website, and that's www.thegoodthebadandtheodd.com. And we'd appreciate that. But we'll see. Thanks for listening.